Hey guys, welcome to the show. Happy Sunday, Monday. Let's make sure the sound is working right. Yeah, that is working great. Welcome to the show. Happy Sunday, Funday. Welcome to you all. Please click the link down below. Say hi. Let me know where you are from. I am exhausted. It is 8:50 a.m. I've been up since 6 working. I've got a ton of crap to do today. It is Sunday, the first day that the sun is out. This is not the sun today, but let me tell you something. It has been since Sunday, last Sunday, till today, till last night, was cloudy and crappy weather. And it was so cold that I had to close the windows, turn off the fans, and actually I think it was Sunday or Monday, I was actually wearing layers. I had an undershirt, a shirt, and a jacket. I put on a spring jacket. It was that cold. Now, cold for me is 25, anything below 26 degrees Celsius. But then when you have the humidity, the wetness in the air, it makes it feel cold. Oh, it's freezing. But finally, that tropical depression is gone, and we can enjoy a little warm weather. Mom has taken the pillows and everything, put them outside, and we're airing out everything so that we can enjoy the warm weather. So today I've got a whole bunch of cleaning to do. I'm gonna blow out the desk. Like I have this air blower that instead of vacuuming it blows, and so I'm going to blow out all of the dust from the desk, blow that all out, and then vacuum everything. I got a new fan installed in the window there over on the other side to help draw out hot air from this, because these computers generate a lot of heat. These screens generate a lot of heat. So I need your help, guys. I need a little advice on how to lose belly fat. I've been trying. Let me tell you, I'm trying. My weight is down, but it's that belly fat, the waistline. That's the last thing to go. Everybody says crunches and everything like that. I checked online and everything, but I'd like to hear from you. What worked for you? What did you do and worked? I don't want to, I'm not looking for advice for, oh, you should do this, you should do that. I want to know what you did that worked. Okay. I am currently calorie deficient. I am fasting and I'm exercising. I could exercise more, yes, which I'm going to try to do. It's not easy because I'm exhausted and I'm Darren. Eat ducky prawns. Absolutely. I remember I had my appendix out. And I was in the hospital for 3 days on IV before I had surgery. And then post-surgery was another 3 days or 4 days. So I was over a week on fluids, no solid food. And I lost so much weight. I wish I could I'm pretty sure I can go to China and get a good tapeworm, a pretty healthy tapeworm. But yeah, I'm not interested in damaging my internal organs. Okay, so good to see you, Darren. I hope you're doing well. Finally, brother, let me tell you, the first sight of sunshine in over a week. It's like, what am I, back in Canada? Oh, because those of you who don't know, I'm from Toronto, and winters in Canada are gray, are bleak. the sun disappears November, December, and doesn't come back until March, April. That's why a lot of Canadians love to go on vacation in February to get some sunlight. Disorder or whatever. But here, we live in the tropics, and to not have sunlight for this long. Yeah, you can have cloudy days, but overcast and raining for 7 days was not pleasant, let me tell you. So today we're going to talk about, I'm missing Korea. I am missing Korea so much because I'm thinking about it. And at this time of year, it pops up on my memory wall on Facebook because we're getting close to my birthday. 25 days from today, boys and girls, is Sri Lankan Sammy's 56th birthday. Yes, I'm born on Christmas Day. I got to figure out what video I'm going to post on Christmas Day because we have my posting days are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, live stream on Sundays. So I have to figure out what video I'm going to post on Christmas Day and New Year's Day because those are Wednesdays, so posting day. Maybe I'll just put together a best of or something. I'm trying to figure out to post a one video, but I know that is a re-upload and it'll get flagged by YouTube. So I got to figure out something to do. Maybe I will record. I want to record like 5 hours of like just a scenery, so that you guys can just have it in the background playing. I think that would be fun on Christmas. Just but I'd have to go to the beach and do something like that. But I'll figure something out. Don't worry. So I'm missing Korea. And people say, why did you leave Korea? And we'll talk about that. So I'm Sri Lankan Sammy. I want to say thank you for joining to everyone. If you are watching this after the live stream, please click the comment. Make a comment. Let me know what you think. What do you like? What do you not like? I truly am appreciating everyone who is commenting. Wow, the amount of new subscribers who are taking a moment to comment and letting me know what they think. All positive. Like I'm very lucky. I had one troll on the live stream, and I had one troll on the channel. I don't know if they were a troll or I definitely had a troll on the live stream. I don't know if I had a troll on the channel. It was so long ago. Somebody who didn't like what I was doing. Like I had a serious problem. And I'm like, I answer every single comment because my channel's small enough that I don't have a lot of comments. I'm a very small channel, but I am very happy that I am monetized. I've been slogging away and working hard over the last 4 years. The channel is pivoted, so it pivoted once from being an entertainment channel to being an info news channel, and now it's a vlog. So that's why the algorithm is really screwed up on my channel, because I went from being an entertainment channel, Korean based, to an info channel, and now I'm a retirement channel, and I've moved location. So the algorithm is going to take a little while to reset, and I've got a good subscriber base. Thank you guys, but please comment and like, because it helps the algorithm. It does. And I'm a Canadian citizen, retired in Sri Lanka with mom and dad. And here comes mom. Mom, say hi. Yeah. I'm just on a live stream. Good morning. Good morning. So, yeah, it's okay. They're gonna do outside? They're fixing the outside. So yesterday the workmen came in. I'm just doing That's gecko crap. So the geckos will run along the walls and then they'll take a crap. And then it lands on the wall and then stains the wall with like this oil stain. So that's what Mom was looking at like that. So the workmen came in yesterday and they installed an exhaust fan above my window to pull out air, hot air that rises. I have a ceiling fan as well, but combined. So I have the ceiling fan, I have the exhaust fan, I have one fan over here blowing on me, and then one fan blowing on my feet. So let's see, people texting. So trying to keep the place cool, right? So I moved upstairs, which has more windows, but the sun is like shining right into the windows here, so I have to kind of keep it cool. Try to keep cool. Eventually, the solar power system is going to be updated so that we can run the air conditioner. Now, when I run the air conditioner here, it's not going to be cooling. It's going to be that setting where it removes the humidity. It doesn't actually cool the room; it removes the humidity. So that way, I can still maintain the warmth that I enjoy, but remove that stickiness, which I don't enjoy. So missing Korea. Well, why am I missing Korea? And people say, why did you leave? Well, a couple of reasons. Is the first one is insanely expensive, ridiculously expensive. And for me I had to make a judgment call. I had to make a sacrifice. So here's the situation. Retirement, earning potential, time. And I'm on a visa. So to continue that visa is a lot of work. To earn money on top of expenses is a lot. When my salary, which is really good for Korea, let me tell you something. I had conversations in the past with younger people who were coming to Korea, and some of them were really like, I'm glad I'm no longer in the HR business or working with these young people, because I'm sorry, I guess I just don't get them. I'm 56. I'm a Generation X, I think it is. I don't know which one I am. Couldn't care less. But these younger people, I hate to sound like that old man on the porch, hey, you kids, get off my grass, but they just don't understand. Like, it's like, not that they're lazy or anything, they just expect me to change to them, but I'm the one giving you the job. You want to work for me, I'm paying you to do what I tell you to do. Okay? It's not the other way around. So as long as I maintain the labor law, you must do what I ask you to do when I set out the job description. You don't change the job description because you don't feel like it, okay? or whatever. So I had this one. Yeah, it's okay. No problem. I had this one. What was I talking about? Yeah. So missing Korea, working. Yeah, working. Yeah. So working, I made a lot of money, and the kids there, the younger foreigners who were working there, were asking me, how can I be making that much money? They didn't believe it because they were making. I said, well, stay here for 15 years. Get yourself a good resume. Network, So a lot of them didn't believe me, but trust me on this. I'm still making 4 or 5 times what a teacher in Korea, a foreign teacher in Korea, is making. And I'm doing it all online. And these kids, they work 40 or 40 minimum hours a week. And then afterwards, they have so much paperwork to do. And then here's the funny thing, they have this one thing called hot desking. Even though it's vacation, they still have to come into the school and sit at the desk for the 8 hours because that's what the company's paying them for. The company will not give them the time off to go and sit at home. It's the weirdest thing in Korea. And I think it has to do because of the visa anyway. So I'm not missing Korea because of that. But when I worked, I had good contracts because of the visa I had. Because I could get up and walk away at any time, and you knew that. One thing parents don't like is changing teachers. They hate changing teachers. So I knew I had them by the, if I didn't like what they were doing, I would just get up and say, all right, well, I'm not coming in tomorrow. No. Yeah. But what I am missing about Korea, sorry, one quick second. That was just Lady Sarah. We're just finalizing some of the details on the vacation that's coming up just like 50 days away, less than 2 months. Which is why I asked you guys for some exercise or diet suggestions, because I gotta get rid of this belly before I hit the beach. Went to so you guys, I don't know if you saw the video, but I went shopping looking for summer clothes. I went to House of Fashion. I went to a store called Jump. I went to another store. I couldn't find anything that caught my eye. Stylish stuff, like beachwear. Everything I saw was like old man clothes and like cruise wear, like things you see on the cruise ship, the flowered shirts. I don't want that. I want some stylish stuff. So I ended up going to the local store here. Desmond said, go here. And it's called Diesel or Diesel. Walked in there, boom, $80. 2 summer sets, shorts and shirt, pair of swim trunks, another pair of pants, and 2 shirts. All for $80, and all linen and like cotton and summer stuff. Like, this is Korean, but this is like rayon or something like that, and it's hot. I can't wear this. I gotta go change this in a minute because it's hot. It doesn't breathe. I gotta get rid of all of my Korean stuff, but they fit nicely, right? They fit over my fat belly. So missing Korea is, I'm missing, people say, well, again, jumping all around. I'm missing Korea. People say, why did I leave? I said, because of the cost of living. The cost of living there, and I had to decide, I'm making this much, but I'm spending this much. All right. If I reduce my spending, then I will save more towards retirement. Well, I did that. I downsized, I stopped spending, but it's difficult to not spend money in Korea. Especially when you live downtown and to go out, it costs a lot of money to go out. And I'm a social person, and when it's there in front of me, I'm going to go out. It's not like I can't go out. But for 4 years, COVID prevented me from going out, which was okay. But then I was like, I'm spending all this money for an apartment in Gangnam, which is like the Beverly Hills. And I'm like, and I'm working online. I'm thinking, why am I doing this? Why am I spending all this money for nothing? The first apartment I had during COVID, I got rid of because I couldn't host any more parties. It was huge, like insane big, like 2,000 square feet. Huge, just for me, 3 bedroom. And but I could afford it back then because I was working the club, making ridiculous money, not spending any money. But then after COVID, I'm like, club closed. I have that money's gone. I'm only working part-time. So I can't afford this. So I downsized and I moved to Gangnam. And even then, it was still expensive. So, the cost of living food is ridiculously expensive. Because it's a modern, convenient city. Seoul is a megapolis, but it's expensive. So that's why I moved to Sri Lanka, was to save money and sacrifice a year or two to make a crap ton of money and put it all away so that I could retire, which we're getting very close to that. I can stop working in 2 years. I can reduce my workload by the end of next year. Within, I'm saying 8 to 10 months, I can reduce my workload. But I'm gonna push through and take advantage of those contracts that I have that at the August, September, October, November, December, January, February, that's 6 months that my contracts go through the roof, and I make most of my money at the end of the year. Spring and summer, it's not that much. So I miss my friends. That's the biggest thing. I miss my friends. But I've learned that I don't need as many friends as I used to have friends. I need the core 5, the core 4. Johnny, Lady Sarah, Princess Jasmine, and Dave. Tim is there, but he's getting married and he's got his own family and life. He can't travel. He's getting on in years, and his disability is catching up with him. So I can't party with him like I used to. I can't party with me like I used to. Dave has got his own problems, not problems, but issues that he has to resolve. And he's got the dog, so it's difficult for him to travel. Jasmine, we're hoping that she can come and meet me. But I mean, she suffers from lupus and can't be in the sunshine. So if she does come to Pattaya, I'm going to plan on doing I'm going to continue working during the day because she doesn't want to go out during the day. And we'll go out at night and we'll stay up all night so that she can sleep during the day. Right? And we'll go out at night or late afternoon when there's no sunlight or less sunlight, so that we can do things like, indoor things in the afternoon, and then evening we can go out because she likes to party. Lady Sarah does not. So Lady Sarah will be going to snorkeling and islands and everything like that. Lady Sarah wants to go again on vacation in May because we have a 5-day vacation in May, but I'm not going to be able to do that. It's really expensive to fly beyond Bangkok. Beyond Bangkok, the cost for me to fly exponentially increases, and I don't want to spend that kind of money right now. I want that money as savings, earning me money. So, the $2,000-3,000 I would spend for a week's vacation you can turn that off if you want. And I just workmen are coming through the ladder. I don't want them to hit screens and stuff. Got way too much stuff in here. They're fixing the eaves trough out there. It has a leak in it, and it drips onto the awning below my room, and it's going boom, boom, because that awning is plastic, the outdoor kitchen, so it makes a really loud noise all night long. It's annoying. So anyway, I miss the life I used to have because it was just so joyous and so exciting, and financially exciting, physically exciting, mentally exciting. I mean, I ran one of the biggest clubs in South Korea, and I enjoyed the benefits of that, and that's what I actually talked about that on my Facebook a couple days ago, is that, we all enjoy notoriety, and coming from a patriarchal country, because of my age and being a man, I was treated a little bit differently, and because of my position, my title, what have you, people who knew who I was treated me differently than anyone else. And in Korea, you have to understand that in Korea, that title, age, and sex has certain stature. I don't agree with it, but it's not my country. It's not my place to tell them they're wrong. And to not accept the way the system is, to disrespect your host country. I'm a guest in their country. I'm not a citizen. Even though I'm a permanent resident, I have no say in how they run their country. So it's, I don't like it. But I'm not going to cause a fuss, because they're not doing it. I'm not forcing them to do it. They're doing it. It's because it's their culture. It's their way. So, I talked about this. I went out on a date with someone who didn't know who I was. This is when I was living in Gangnam. She was a little older than what I she's not a club girl. She was a little older. She's in her mid-30s. And we went out for dinner in Gangnam. And we had dinner. It was really nice. We hit it off. We were introduced to each other. Or I can't really remember how I met her. We were either introduced to each other or we met each other somehow. I don't really remember. But she did not know who I was. So I probably met her through work or something like that, or was introduced to her. So she didn't know who I was. And she wasn't on my Facebook. And I don't think she had my Instagram, or she couldn't see my social background, my social media stuff. So we went for dinner, and Korean. She speaks a little English, but not that great. And I speak Korean. So, we were having a great time. She was having fun. Took her a really nice restaurant. She loved it. It was a unique barbecue style restaurant. And then I said, it was still early. It's like 9 o'clock when we finished. I said, well, why don't we go for drinks in Itaewon, which is my neighborhood, right? My club. And this is after COVID. So this had to be 2022, 2023, right? So COVID was just ending. So the bars and everything was opening, but you had to wear a mask. You had to have your QR code to get in, showing you were vaccinated, and all of that stuff, and they were limiting the number of people and all this wonderful stuff. So anyway, she says, sure, sounds like a fun night. Why don't we do it? I said, do you mind if I call a couple friends to join us and everything? And she said, no problem. So I called a couple of female friends, actually Jasmine and one of her friends. And they said, yeah, sure, we'll meet up with you. So we went to this one place where I know everyone. So I texted the manager and I said, I'm coming. He says, no problem. Just text me a few minutes before you come. I'll come to the front door. And at that time, I had a limo service, a private car service. My friend had given me as a gift for a subscription for a year. He had given me a Christmas gift as a subscription to travel back and forth in Gangnam and Itaewon. So I had this service, so I call it up, and they're like, upscale. Think Uber Black, right? So I called the car, and she's like, oh, it came right away. And I said, yeah. She was like, because if you know anything about Gangnam, calling a taxi in Gangnam is virtually impossible because it's so difficult to get a taxi. So difficult. But when this came, it was like right away, and the driver called me by name. So she was like a little curious, and I said, yeah, this is a private service. She was like, oh, okay. She didn't say anything. So but she knew it was expensive. So we get to Itaewon, we get out, we're walking from Itaewon station to that's where it got dropped off, is Itaewon subway station, to the place that we're going is no more than 200, 300 meters. And we get there, and there's a huge line, and she's looking at the line, and I just walked past, and I saw her look for a second, and she goes, where are you going? I could see it in her eyes, like where you're going. But I just went straight to the front, and because I had texted the manager, he's there, walk in. A couple of the staff are my former employees at my old club. And they bow, and they say in Korean, they say, hello, owner, like sajagnim, which means owner or boss. So immediately, like, first of all, passing the lineup and walking to the front and speaking Korean, and having been greeted by the manager, and walked right in, no ID, no QR code, no questions, just walked straight in. And then having the employees, like, if you've ever seen those K-dramas or those Japanese where all the gangsters will bow when the boss walks out, that's me. That was me. Like 5 people bowing and saying hello to me in a respectful manner. I mean, these are all 20-year-old kids, right? They all know who I am, the employees. So it was nice. So we go, she's like, I can see the confusion on her face. Again, she doesn't know who I am, my background. I never discussed it. I never told her. I told her I work as a consultant. Because at that time I wasn't working in the clubs. And some people don't do that, so I leave it out. So we go upstairs, we get a table, and I order some champagne, and food comes. She goes, oh, did you order? I go, no, this is just service, free service. They give it, because it's me. Then my friends show up. Again, they walk in, no lineup, no cover, walk straight in, no ID. And we sit around, we're having drinks, we're talking, we're having a great time. So I said, this place is kind of boring. Why don't we go to another place? They all go, yeah, sure, no problem. So I text the next place. It's about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Go to the next place. As we're walking, 2 people approach me and say hi and ask me where I'm working or if I'm going to be working at a new club or anything like that. And I just kind of said, no, And she's asking, who are those people? I said, I have no idea. And honestly, I didn't. These are just people who know me, but I maybe don't remember them or don't know them. Again, going to the fact that I was really well known. I mean, how many foreigners? You have to remember that the foreigner population in Korea is 1%. 1%. And out of that 1%, which is about 2 million people, 1.5 million are ethnic Koreans from China. So they look like Koreans, even though they're foreigners. They look Korean, they speak Korean. Then you have Chinese, Filipino, Thai, Indians, Bangladeshis. So the brown people all live down south. There are no brown people there are this many. Okay, the white population is less than 100,000. And when I mean white, I mean like Americans, Canadians, British, Australians, New Zealanders, South Africans. Okay, I'm not saying that only white people come from those countries. I'm saying that this is the nature of the immigrant population in Korea. You can't work there unless you get hired, and they don't predominantly hire visible minorities. They hire white because that's what the parents want. Again, not my country. So again, I was very lucky because I built a good resume and I built a good reputation. That's why I got good jobs. And I was a kindergarten teacher for a long time. I loved it. It was such an easy job. because I just played the fool, and the kids loved it, and the parents loved that the kids loved it, and the owners loved it that the parents loved it, because it's a business. I didn't work in a public school. I worked in private education, which is like preschool and after school. So those are money-making businesses. And the thing is that if the parents don't like you, they will just go to another company. So the bosses want to maintain, right? Anyway, we go to the next place, and again, we walk straight through. I tell the manager, can get a table, and he's like, it's midnight, full. He says, give me a minute. 3 minutes later, he kicks somebody out of a table, and we go sit down. Everybody's looking, and we're sitting there. It's me and 3 girls at a table, a booth table in the back corner, and then we get drinks and food delivered. The manager comes around and greets me, says hi to me, again with honorific terminology. And a couple people come by and say hi to me, to greet me, and say hello, some customers and stuff. Finally, this girl finally asked me, who are you? And it was funny. It was just, I used to run a club here and everything. It's like, really? But you're a foreigner. And I'm like, yeah, I lived in Korea for 15 years. You don't live in one area without getting to know people. I got to know people after the first or second year, because that's the nature. If you're there longer than 1 year, you're memorized, because nobody stays there longer than a year. The transient nature of the industry, of the teaching industry, is no longer than 1 year, maybe 2 years. Right? So, there are people who've been there long, but it's rare. I mean, I knew maybe 5 people, none of them are there. I was the longest. There's only one guy I know who's been there longer than me. He's married with kids. That's the only reason. And he's left already. He left. But I was one of the longest people there. But I miss the money, the lifestyle. But what I don't miss is the long hours, the cost, the winters. I don't miss the winters. Definitely don't miss the winters. Korea just Seoul had a big snowfall last week. It just shut down the city. They don't get snow. They don't get precipitation in the winter. They get all their precipitation in the summer, which I hate, because I hate walking around when it's wet. I hate getting my feet wet. I hate getting my clothes wet. It's just awful. I'd rather be cold than wet. So, yeah, I don't miss the winters. I mean, it's like 0 degrees there today. No, thank you. It's 29 here and sunny. I absolutely love it. But I mean, it was such a huge part of my life. One of my friends commented, because I posted a picture on my Facebook of a picture of the skyline of Korea and the skyline of Sri Lanka, showing the 2 towers, the 2 famous towers in each city. And I said, these are my homes. I miss them both. And one of my friends in Canada, my good friend, said, you lived in Canada for a long time. I said, actually, I have lived outside of Canada longer than I have in Canada. In 56 years, I only lived 27 years in Canada. 27-ish years? 76 to 2007. 86, 96. 30 years, 27 years. It's somewhere around there. So just under half my life I lived in Canada. The rest I've lived outside. Now, 15 years in Korea, 27 years in Sri Lanka. 4 years China, 2 years Italy, 1 year Europe, a couple years in the US, etc. And Sri Lanka now 3 years, coming up on 3 years. In 2 months, it'll be 3 years. I can't believe it's gone so quickly. But if I had to think about my home is Korea and Sri Lanka. Will I ever return to Korea? I really, really doubt it. It's not worth it. When the few people who I really want to see, I mean, I can go back and I can see people, but are they really that important to me? Other than Johnny, I doubt there's anyone in Korea. Well, there's Brad, but I can meet him outside of Korea. He's rich enough that if he wants to come to Sri Lanka, or if he wants to come meet me in Thailand or Vietnam or someplace, it's easy for him to do. It's just his schedule. He's got a lot. I mean, he's got family and stuff, so he's got a lot going on. He might join me in Vietnam, he said, but we'll see. Johnny is the only one that I really miss, but again, he's got his own new life. He doesn't. I don't want to say need me. He doesn't. It's not that he needs me. It's more like he and I had a friendship based on our love of entertainment, and we got along. We coexisted. We lived together. I mean, how many times were we roommates over the 10 years that I lived there? And one time he got into some legal trouble, and I was there to help him. He had to spend some time behind bars, and I went and visited him every week for 2 years. I wouldn't have done that for anyone else. It's just that he didn't have anybody, and I felt the need. He took care of me, brought me into his world, which I loved, right? Like, he welcomed me into the Korean nightlife, and it's because of him that I have the jobs and everything. I don't know whether I wouldn't have gotten them, but I have them because he introduced me to the right people. Guys, give me 1 second. I just want to get some water. All right, thanks again, guys. All right, so other than Johnny, because he really can't afford to fly out because of his work. He's supporting his family. He's trying to save for a house and a car. He's getting his life back together after years of just living the club lifestyle. That's not an easy thing to change. I know, I was there. So other than Sarah and Jasmine, who I can meet, they have their own lives. These are not girlfriends. These are not lovers or anything like that. These are good friends who I enjoy spending time with. And for me to see them once a year, twice a year is more than enough for me at this point. I know that eventually Sarah and I are going to be full-time travelers. I can see that happening by 2026 with her schedule. I think I can convince her to become more remote once she gets a complete taste of living, like taking a month off. Right now she takes a week here, a week there, a week here, a week there, and she's always go, 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 go. You know, she's in vacation mode. Me, I'm more in like retirement mode. So I need to switch her from vacation mode to retirement mode. That's going to take a lot of work. So I miss about Korea is the food, the friends, the family, you know, having the ability to go out and then just enjoy living life. I do miss that. Here in Sri Lanka, I don't have any friends here. I have a lot of family. A lot. Like, whereas in Korea, I had so many friends and no family. Here, I have so much family and no friends. I have friends who come and visit me, so don't get me wrong. You know, every friend that I've met here have all been you guys, my YouTube subscribers, which is great. You know, I've got to meet, and Chris is coming in. Chris B is coming in 3 or 4 weeks, so I'll get to see him before I go off to Thailand. And I think there was one other person who was coming. Oh, just last week, I forgot to tell you guys, I met one of my Korean friends. My friend Ron in Korea, who's great friends with me, told me, oh, by the way, Brian is performing in Sri Lanka. Brian is started a comedy company in Korea 20 years ago, and I knew him, you know, from the entertainment circles, and because we had the same friends, and he's Canadian. So he started a very successful company in Korea, and now he's semi-retired in Thailand with his wife. And I was like, bro, I'll see you in Sri Lanka. He's like, couldn't believe it. I had front row tickets, and he gave a shout out, and it was a great show. There was 4 comedians. I took Mom, and it was great to see him. Canadian friend that I met in Korea is performing in Sri Lanka. I mean, how more global can it be? So, you know, and I've met a whole bunch of you guys here, so I'm looking forward to that. Continuing that, but basically this transition period for the last 3 years and the next 2 years is transitioning from full-time to semi-retirement, and then in the next 2 years transitioning to full retirement. It's not something you can do overnight. I don't think so. Because financially I can't. Well, I can. I don't want to. I could quit today and be set for the rest of my life. No problem. No problem. I wouldn't be able to travel as much as I want to. And that's a huge thing. You know, I don't want to travel right now. It's Lady Sarah. What is she? She's just, we're just chatting about the trip. Not anything specific, just like, oh, we're so going to miss. We miss that. We can't wait to go. Anyway, yeah, I do miss it. Would I ever go back? Would I ever want to go back? No. I love my life right now. Absolutely. If I could go back the way it was, no, not interested. Not at all. Would I like to taste it? No. I'm done that. You know, I had one beer yesterday. Oh, it's killing me today. I can't handle it anymore. It's just not. not that I'm too old, it's just that it's no interest anymore. I will go a little bit, you know, but I'd have to nap. I'd have to nap. Oh, I'd have to take a nap because it's just tiring. But I do have plans, as I said, between the time that Sarah leaves and that we go to Vietnam, it's 3 weeks. I'm alone. Maybe Jasmine might come, maybe other friends might come and join, I don't know. But in those 3 weeks, I'm going to meet up with Alex, I'm going to meet up with Dylan, I'm going to meet up with another friend, John, that I know there. I'm going to meet up with different friends at different times just to hang out, you know. And although Alex doesn't party, he and I will just go out for dinner at least once or twice when I'm there. If he's not busy, because he's got his own life, him and Miley. Dylan works, so I'm going to meet him at his work and hang out with him at least once or twice. My new friend John is a party guy, so I'm going to hang out with at least once with him. Definitely have dinner with him. And then I have a couple other friends who I'm going to have dinner with. I'm going to meet up with Brian. I invited him and his wife to come down for a weekend because I have a 2-bedroom. So I said, you know, we'll talk when we get there. But I'm definitely going to have dinner with him in Bangkok when I spend the day in Bangkok. So I'm going to set that up when I go. But I can go days and days and weeks without getting out of the house. Like, except for yesterday, I was in the house for a week. I didn't leave. You know, I went for walks or exercise, but I didn't go out and do anything. There's nothing to do, you know. I don't know if I'm going to order something special to eat today because I want to start my diet. I had junk food for the last 2 days, which is my cheat days. I had Friday and Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday, I have cheat day. So today is not a cheat day. I got to start the fasting and everything like that, exercising and doing all of that stuff. But guys, you know, I want to thank you all for hanging around with me and chatting and commenting and liking and subscribing, especially on the main channel. I mean, as long as you guys continue to comment and like, and the positive feedback that I get, even the constructive criticism, right? Even that I appreciate. As long as that keeps happening, and the inspirational comments I'm getting on some of you is just incredible. As long as you keep doing that, I'm going to keep pumping out content that is directed towards you, on retiring, on living life, on the mistakes I made, on the things that I'm doing. Like, for example, this week, tomorrow is going to be a funny video. Are you a cat or a dog person? I'm going to talk about how to book an air flight, like how to figure out your air flights. Why do I live the way I do? Like, why did I choose this life? Working. How can you work smarter? Relationships. Some of my biggest mistakes that I've made in life. Why should you move to Southeast Asia? Then we're getting into Christmas. Going out with cousins, picking up my brother at the airport. I'm going to show you how that works in 2024. Why do I YouTube? That's going to be an interesting one. That's going to be a good deep dive. And the family Xmas party. I don't know what I'm going to post for New Year's and for Christmas. I'm not doing anything for New Year's Eve. Now my cousins are here and they're going out, but I'm not doing New Year's Eve. I'm going to stay home. I have to work. I took Christmas off and the week before for family, but New Year's, not a big deal to me. Just a waste of money. Better spent on a nice dinner. So those are the videos I got planned coming up. January is going to be crazy because I am going to pump out a huge amount of videos in advance because I don't want to edit videos when I'm on vacation. I want to edit videos after Sarah leaves. So there's going to be a week delay in the videos that go up. And even though it's a week delayed, I'm only putting out 3 videos a week, but I'm making a video every day. So all of February and all of March and all of February and March will be purely travel videos of Thai-tastic Sammy. I'll switch to Thai-tastic Sammy for the 2 month and a half that I'm on vacation. So there'll be daily videos of everything I do on vacation, but I'll only be posting 3 times a week. I'm going to continue to try to do the live stream from the beach. I think that I can do that, although I hope the quality will maintain, which is something important for me. I want to maintain the quality for you guys. It's no use watching me if there's lag or you can't hear me or you can't see. It's not worth it. So maybe I will do a test live stream before we go using the new phone to figure out the logistics and how it works, how it looks. We'll probably try that. Anyway, time to wrap up for today. I want to thank you all for joining. Darren, I truly appreciate your time, appreciate your support. Everyone who is liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, buying me a coconut. Truly appreciate that, guys. Truly appreciate that. I'm Sri Lankan Sammy, retired with mom and dad, saying thank you again for joining me. I will see you all on the other side.